Hi, this is Kathy Goodwin here with 5 tips to create a sales letter that grabs prospects and converts them to clients. Here's why you need a sales letter. Let's say you're going to launch a product or a program. Your market wants to learn more about what you're offering and they want to learn how to buy it. More important, they want you to motivate them to take action because most of us put off buying things that we need. We know we need them, but we're not quite ready. So they actually want you to give them that little nudge that says, buy now, don't wait, start getting the benefits now. Sell your information product, whether it's an ebook or an audio or a video or a multimedia. I am now selling a number of ebooks through the Amazon Kindle program, and I have a sales letter on my website to direct people to the Amazon listing. That gets more people to go to Kindle to buy my program and, in fact, increase my sales because I get a higher ranking as more people make the purchase. Motivate prospects to sign up for your coaching and consulting program. If you're a coach, you probably have some kind of a get acquainted call. That's where you decide if you want to work with that client and the client decides if they want to work with you. You can have a sales letter to motivate prospects to sign up for the get acquainted call, but you can also have a sales letter to follow up. So if someone doesn't say yes and sign up, or even if they do and you want to reinforce the message that you sent with your get acquainted call, you can send people to a sales letter that in turn motivates them to take action. A lot of times you can get things across in a sales letter that you could not communicate directly in a one-to-one get acquainted call. 5 questions that are commonly asked about sales letters. Do we still use long sales letters, given that we know people are busier and we have a lot of competition for attention? What is a video sales letter? What is the overall structure and flow of a sales letter? What is the first step I should take when I create a sales letter? How does a sales letter make all my marketing work better? Let's take these in turn. First, do we still use long sales letters? The answer is yes. You need to know your audience. If your audience is genuinely interested in what you have, they will want to know a ton of information. Some audiences will resonate more with a long sales letter than others. But most people will want to know a lot about what you have if they are genuinely interested and genuinely considering a purchase. Secondly, visitors read selectively. You write a sales letter that's long, not because you expect every single person to read every single word, but because everyone will be reading your sales letter by skimming and scanning. They will not be studying it the way they would study a textbook. They will go through and pick up on certain points. So maybe this bullet point will grab one set of visitors and that bullet point will grab another set of visitors. This way you capture a number of visitors with different perspectives and different interests within a single sales letter. Finally, you can keep it interesting. You can do this in 2 ways. One is you can paint word pictures, you can use metaphors, you can tell stories, you can use words to create interest. And secondly, of course, you can use graphics, as long as you don't overdo. You can do things like group bullet points visually so people know where they are in the sales letter. You can add pictures and videos and photos so people will genuinely be curious about what's going on and they will keep reading. What is a video sales letter? Well, your video can be the entire sales letter, or more commonly, just a portion. These days, most sales letters have videos, but not everybody. Some people don't have any video at all. Some just use an Animoto video, which is free if you use the short version, and you can create one pretty fast once you learn a few techniques. There are 3 ways to create a video: talking head, screen capture, and dramatic scenes. I do not recommend talking head, which is where you talk into a webcam that's built into your computer, or you set up a tripod with your flip camera taking pictures of yourself, or you get a really good friend to train a camera on you while you stand there and talk. The reason is this doesn't really use the medium of video to its best effect. You might as well use an audio program or a podcast if you're going to do that. Video allows you to shift people's interest visually and create changes while they're watching. One way to do this is a screen capture video, which is what you're looking at right now. I really like these. I've gotten very good response when I've presented them, and I enjoy watching them because you can see visually what the person is talking about. You can remember words because a lot of people look at words, they look at the letters visually, and you can have pictures, you can have action on screen capture video to demonstrate something you're working on. Dramatic scenes are challenging to create, but they can be extremely effective. They can even go viral if you make it dramatic enough. So that's where you might get 2 or 3 friends to come and work with you and actually dramatize a scene as if you were actors on a stage or a movie, or creating a commercial of the kind you might see on television or in a video online these days. What you might do is create a scene where you're all in a restaurant, or you're all sitting around the living room, or you're out on the street. Your challenge is to create a quality production. It doesn't have to be magnificent. People don't expect professional quality. In fact, some people actually pay a lot of money to get a homemade effect, but you don't want to have a lot of street noise. I once tried to make an outdoor video and there were so many cars going by, nobody could hear what I was saying. Those are your challenges, but if you can make it work, those can be very powerful if you also have a good script. Sales letter structure can be summarized with the AIDA, AIDA formula. If you've taken an intro marketing course or an advertising course, you probably heard AIDA: attention, interest, desire, and action. So on a sales letter, your attention is created by the headlines. Many copywriters and marketing experts believe that the headline is the single most important part of your sales letter. Many of us write dozens of headlines for every single sales letter to see if we can identify just the right one. The sales letter headline acts as a sales piece or pitch for the rest of your sales letter. It's what gets people hooked and gets them reading. Then you create interest by sucking people in through the opening. The opening could be a bold paragraph, it can be a few sentences, or some questions that really resonate with your prospect's emotions. Then you have desire. Desire is what you really rev up as people read through your sales letter. You have targeted information that is designed to make people say, I gotta have that. I need that. I want it. Oh, that sounds so cool. You use bullet points, paragraphs, and combinations, and sometimes graphics to make these points. Finally, you get prospects to take action. I mean, why else do this? With a strong close, you have reasons to buy, make it easy to buy, you have places for people to buy. Some people have multiple calls to action throughout a sales letter. That's a judgment call, depending on your market and on the type of product or service you're promoting. At the very end, you might even have a PS, which is very powerful because a lot of people read that and it's your last chance to grab them before they click away to the rest of their life. What's the first step you take when you write a sales letter? Well, the first step is to list your features and your benefits. Believe it or not, a lot of people have trouble doing this and don't even do it. In fact, when I'm writing my own copy for my own sales letters, I have to remind myself, features and benefits. Benefits are what make people want to buy your product. It's how they benefit, how they really gain from buying or using what you're offering. Benefits are generally emotional, they're compelling, and they're really almost visually oriented. People have to imagine themselves enjoying those benefits. Now, benefits are based on the niche that you're pursuing and on your position within that market. Because for some people, what's a benefit to some will be a detriment to others. What's a feature that people like will be a negative and a turnoff to others. So you have to think about your market and your niche when you're setting up your features and benefits. But once you do, that's the basis not only of your sales letter, but of your entire marketing campaign. Very powerful. Now, when we talked about what goes into a sales letter, but the real truth is that the sales letter you write is not just a sales letter to promote a particular product or service. It's the foundation of your marketing. It's no accident that copywriting programs and marketing programs often teach you how to write a sales letter, because once you learn the tools to write a sales letter, you can apply those tools to write just about anything you need to communicate with your prospects. Anything from websites, blog posts, flyers, want ads, even elevator pitches. Sales letters help you develop programs and products that sell. When I work with a client, if a client says, I want to create a workshop, the first thing we do is write the sales letter, even before we've designed the workshop. Because in writing the sales letter, we nail the benefits that people are looking for, and we can work those into the different steps, the different components of the program. If you're doing a 6-step signature system, for example, each step is going to have a mouth-watering benefit and a blurb to describe it. If you've got the sales letter written, It's actually easier to create your product or your program. It's hard to believe. A lot of people will say, really? But you'll be surprised, because once you do that, you will not only create a product easily, almost effortlessly, but you'll be more confident that you'll have something that will sell. Every time I've had trouble promoting something, it's because I didn't write the sales letter first. Every time. Because you don't think about what people want. It's so easy to get caught up with what we think that our prospects should have, instead of thinking about what benefits they're looking for, that we can easily create a product or a program that nobody wants. So why do business owners get stuck writing sales letters? Many business owners believe that writing a sales letter is so complicated. It's not. It's not rocket science. They believe it's going to take a long time. Well, it does take some time, but there are many ways to create shortcuts and to make that time considerably faster and get your sales letter out there so it can start working for you. And I find a lot of people believe if you make a mistake, it's fatal. Not true. I'll tell you a secret. Many copywriters will find that when they send out a sales letter, they put it up, they'll start to get feedback, and they'll go back and tweak it. And they'll say, okay, it's been out there. I now see what I could have done differently. So they'll go back and make some changes. That's very, very common. So just getting that sales letter out there, even if it's not perfect, even if it's a draft, will be a really good first step to introduce your product or your service or your program to your target market. Wouldn't it be nice to finally finish that sales letter so you can launch your product or 6-step signature system or report? I'd be willing to bet that at least half the people listening to this call have a project on the back burner that they're ready to launch if they could only get a sales letter written. Wouldn't it be nice to feel confident that you built in the benefits your prospects really want, so you're not spinning wheels and have a product that you spend a lot of time creating that nobody ever buys? Wouldn't it be nice to start seeing clients, revenue, and income flowing into your business as a result of the work you've already done? Well, what I've done is put together the sales letter creation program. This is a step-by-step roadmap to complete your sales letter. You get ongoing feedback from me, a professional marketer and copywriter, including tips and tricks that only the insiders know. You get customized feedback at every stage. I've created different levels of the program, so you get different levels of feedback depending on what you want and what you need. Finally, I've built in accountability, because every step has to be completed by a certain time in order to get the greatest benefit from the program and take advantage of all the opportunities. So you will get it done and you will see results fast. There are 3 levels of this program. The silver is a 5-day home study course where you get assignments, you complete them, and you send them in and you get feedback. The gold, you get a follow-up. So you get the 5-day course, you get feedback along the way, you get a draft of a sales letter, and then we meet on the phone and you get detailed feedback. The platinum is for people who want everything. They really want value and they want action. So they get a call before they start embarking on the 5-day course. We talk before you even sit down and write the first draft of your sales letter. Before you even write down your first benefit, we'll be helping you plan your benefits, plan your strategy, plan your context for your sales letter. Then you go through the 5-day program, you get a draft of your sales letter, and then we have a video consultation, which is one of the most fun things I do, where you get video tutorial is what most of my clients like to call it, because I go through your copy and, in a sense, tutor you or share with you ideas and inspiration for every part of your copy. And then we have another call where you get to go through and fine-tune your sales letter or work on another component of your marketing. That is an amazing value, and I think you'll find that if you're really action-oriented, it will be extremely beneficial. It's also helpful if you're at that stage in your business where every launch is going to bring you 5 or 10 or 20,000 or more. You may not want to write your own copy, but you may not be ready to turn it over to a copywriter. So at that point, if you go through this program, the platinum level, and you pay for the platinum, if you decide you want me to do the whole thing, then you can deduct the investment in your platinum when you work with me on having me write the copy. You can sign up here, budgeworld.com/sales letter course. I'm currently making special introductory offers that you will see when you go to that page. Some of them are going to be only good for a certain number of days, and some of them are going to be good indefinitely but are subject to change without notice. I have introductory level pricing on right now, and I have some bonuses for people who sign up in the very early stages. So I want to thank you very much for joining me today, and I want to look forward to meeting you on this course. I think you'll find it extremely beneficial. It's a great way to get started on your marketing. It's a great way to get to know me better if you want to hire me for a bigger project, and it's a great way to think about your marketing in a whole new perspective.